it might have gone back to picture. Okay. Hello. All right. Hey guys, I'm Miss Richardson, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about preparing for a seminar. You guys are in an Enrichment Learning Lab group, and we're really going to focus today on what it means to prepare for a seminar. You have a text in front of you, you read it, no big deal, but we want you to take it a little bit further. So you guys are reading the text called Body Ritual Among the Nacirema. That's right, Nacirema. So I want you to think a little bit about what you know. When you prepare for a seminar, we're going to read it several times, and we're going to work you through the steps today. The first one's going to be to activate your prior knowledge. And so what you see here in red is where we ask you to think about what you already know about the topic, about the author, about the type of writing or the genre, and then what you've been studying recently. Now, because we're doing this through Learning Lab, sometimes it might not mesh up really perfectly, like if you were doing it in one of your content area classes, but you can still have some applications as you read through the text. These are the first four things that we really want you to think about. You don't have to necessarily write us a paragraph or anything, but what we want you to do is jot these ideas down on the document so that you can keep everything together. Don't get another sheet of paper, don't open a Google Doc, take the text that you're working with and just jot it down right on there, okay? So again, we're just activating that prior knowledge. The purple piece here says to consider any important information that your teacher or your seminar leader has shared with you. For instance, what you might know is that we're choosing texts that are really rich and really complex. They have a lot of ideas in them. So you might want to consider that, because if you know that you're reading a text that's pretty complex, you're going to think a little bit more deeply about it. And that's what we hope that you do. Okay? The next thing is to read the text through one time, just to get a general idea of its topic, its theme, its moral, just one time through. You're not taking any notes on it yet, just read it. See what you think about it. When you get this kind of idea here for the for number 3, just go with it. If it's an opinion, you hate it, or it's weird, or it's too long, or you love it and you want more of it, that's fine. That's all we're asking you to do. The fourth one, here in purple, is to read the text again. So at this point, when you're at the purple point, you're reading it for the second time through. You want to make sure that you annotate it, and when we say annotate, that just means mark it up. And we're going to tell you how to do that too. For important or confusing points that you want to highlight during the seminar. So if you read through a passage, you get most of it, but there's one part that you just really got sidetracked, give yourself an indication that you got really confused there, because I bet it'll come up in the seminar. Last piece here, number 5 in the red, says read the text again, so for the third time, making sure that you are familiar with the text so that you can speak about it intellectually during the seminar. So we want you to be able to talk intelligently and with a nice vocabulary, and to be able to refer to the text. That's one of the most important pieces of a seminar. So when you look here, we want you to read it for that third time, because you've read it just to get a general idea. You've read it again to mark it up for specific reasons, and then you're reading it again one more time just to really kind of get into your brain. So we're going to take you through the first steps today. You're going to read your text for the first time, and you're going to activate your prior knowledge. Think about what you already know. Again, we've already been over this, but this is just a reminder. What do you know about the topic? What do you know about body ritual among the Nacirema? Maybe nothing, maybe a whole lot, but that's what we're asking you to think about. Body ritual, that might have kind of an idea in your mind. Among, that's kind of with or within. The Nacirema, is that a group of people? Is it a nation? Is it a place? What is it? So think about what you already know. What do you know about the author? Does anybody know Horace Minor? Okay? The type of writing. As you glance over it, can you pick out the genre that it belongs to? And then what you've been studying recently. I'll give you a hint. Go ahead and think kind of in a social studies frame of mind for this one. That's the only hint I'm going to give you, though. Jot those ideas down on the document, and so that you can keep all of your notes together. All right? All right. After you've done that, you want to consider any important information that your teacher or your seminar leader is going to share with you. So what we're going to let you know right now is that there are some really big ideas and values in this text. And these are the 4. Culture, importance, perspective, and other. And this isn't other like, do you like baseball, basketball, or other? This is the idea of other. So kind of this idea that you might belong to a group or you might not. Is it the other? Is it something that's kind of unknown? We could maybe have a synonym here for unknown. So anyway, this is your next step today in your first reading, to consider where these ideas and values are in place in the text. When you read it, you want to mark a couple of places where you see this come up. You might use a C for culture, an I for importance, a P for perspective, or an O for others, just in the margin. No need to write out the whole word. I don't want to say it's a waste of time, but I think it'll take up too much of your time. And then the last piece for today is to read the text through one time to get a general idea of its topic, theme, moral. Okay? You want to think about your first reading. Did you like it? Did you not? When I first read this text, I was in college. I read it through one time and I was thinking, oh my goodness, these are some crazy people. So I read it through. If I had been asked to do this, which I was, I would say something like, I'm not sure about the Nacirema. I also don't know why we're reading about them. Now, I might expect you to write a little bit more than that, but in a blank space on my paper, that was my first reaction. Now, I got a little bit more out of it, but eventually, this is what I went back to, and I was able to kind of think about that and reflect on that. So, today, you're reading the text through one time. You're reading it through just to get a general idea about the text. This is day one of preparing for a seminar with Body Ritual Among the Nacirema. Enjoy!